Michael Curcio from EY, thank you so much for joining us on the Fraud Leadership Series today.
Hey, happy to be here, Andrew. Thank you very much.
So when we talk about the future of claims processing, you describe it as the art of the possible, and I love that. Tell me what that means to you.
Yep. So what it means, it probably means different things to different people. What it means to me is when I think of the art of possible with regards to insurance claims, I don't think of it just in the realm of insurance companies, right? I think of, what's possible out there from companies like Amazon, Uber, right? You need to think bigger. And I think from a customer standpoint, customers are looking at insurance companies and comparing them to those innovative companies, right? So, I think the art of the possible is not just, performing better within the realm of the baseline performance that we've seen from insurance companies, which sometimes could lag behind other industries. I think insurance companies have to think bigger, and they have to think about, how they service their customers in comparison to innovative companies like Amazon, Uber, etc. I know there's a lot more out there that I could bring in, but you kind of get the point there. So that when I think of the art of possible, that's what I think about.
So these are the big guys, right? We think about Uber, Amazon, huge companies, and they have definitely set the bar for customer service. When you say the art of the possible, is it really possible, or is it a dream?
No, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I think it's just more, moving from traditional ways of thinking and legacy systems and things like that. And again, thinking outside of the box of just insurance from a customer perspective. But going back into, the claims piece, Andrew, obviously the big buzzwords right now in the industry are automation, straight through processing, using analytics to make decisions. And I think that, that is not just in insurance claims. Those just aren't buzzwords from an insurance claims perspective. Those are buzzwords across many industries. So it can definitely be done. There's some companies out there that are doing it very well, that are more emerging. I think just the traditional carriers have an opportunity to kind of catch up to some of those emerging carriers in those areas there.
So what are some of the things that a carrier would want to start thinking about if they wanted to get towards this goal of excellent customer service, right? Maybe they've been doing it, to your point, well for several years, but doing it well just isn't going to be good enough moving forward into the future. So where do they even start when they want to get to this sort of holy grail of customer service and automation?
That's a good question, loaded answer, but I will try to answer that the best as I can there. I think, Andrew, when I think about where to start, you definitely have to start from a customer persona, right? From a personal lines claims perspective, what do your customers want, right? And we don't know, not one size fits all. So you got to provide options for how a customer can report claims, how they can interact with your adjusting staff, and how they can gather the status of their claim, how they wish to be handled. And that's the thing. It's all about choice. There are people out there that they want to be serviced with high touch. And there are people out there that don't want to be bothered. They want self-service. So you got to make it to where there's options for people. And for any type of channel you have, whether it be a high touch or low touch or no touch channel, it has to be simple and easy on that customer. That's where I think you need to start, is from that customer persona perspective.
I think that's a really good point, because sometimes when we think about automation, right, if you think about Amazon, I mean, you can order something in 10 seconds, right? You do it on your phone, it shows up. Actually, I could order something now and get it within a few hours, which is kind of nuts, right?
Sure.
But I actually had an insurance claim recently, and I wanted to call and talk to somebody and have them walk me through the process, because it wasn't something I had gone through before. Again, it was a little bit more complex. And in most other interactions in my life, I normally would not have wanted to do that, right? I do my banking on my phone. I do so many things on my phone, and I get annoyed when somebody calls me, right? Or if I have to wait for 10 minutes on the phone. So I think that's a really nice way to think about it, putting yourself in your customer's shoes, but understanding that different situations might be a little bit different.
Yeah, and I think a follow-up to that real quick, Andrew, is also, when you think about what you just said there, that's the moment of truth, right? You purchased insurance, you don't usually use it. Well, now you have to use it. So this is where now, as an insurance company, this is my opportunity to show this customer that they've been paying their premium to me and now I'm going to service them how they want. So really good example there.
It's that golden rule, right? Treat others the way you want to be treated. I guess maybe the hard part would just be knowing how you want to be treated if you haven't
Yeah,
been in that situation before.
absolutely. Which is different for everybody, right? So,
Right, exactly. Well, Michael, I appreciate it. I think we could dig really deep into any of the facets of this. Obviously, there's technology and privacy concerns and all other things, but this was a nice way to get the conversation started, and I appreciate you sharing your insights with us.
yep, absolutely. Happy to be here, and thanks for the invite. Enjoyed it.
Thanks.